A quiet Plainville neighborhood is now filled with grief and remembrance as neighbors come together to honor a family lost in a tragic and still unfolding case. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. It has been a few days since 3 people were killed and another person shot himself in what police say was an apparent murder-suicide. And tonight that neighborhood is rallying together to remember the lives lost.
Fox 61's Victoria Anderson has that story.
Pink ribbons, pink lights, pink flowers line the streets here in Plainville. It's the community's way of honoring the lives lost on what police say was a very dark day.
I don't know. Somebody dropped me off a big bulb.
There was no knock or call or instructions, but Plainville native Tom knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, I got a pink light and they put pink ribbons on the poles here and there.
The pops of pink here on Milford Street is their way of remembering the lives taken right next door.
That's all we can do.
After an hours-long standoff Friday, Plainville police found 4 people, including 2 children, dead inside a family home. The state medical examiner determined 27-year-old Patrick King died from a gunshot wound to the head, while his girlfriend, 31-year-old Felicia Matthews, and her daughters, 12-year-old Melina Matthews and 4-year-old Ava King, died from gunshot wounds to the head. The autopsies ruled their 3 deaths as homicides.
Well, it's been a sad situation where even young children, middle school and other kids and older adults are all stopping by slowly to have their condolences said.
Cleanup crews worked around a patch of balloons, flowers, and stuffed animals that have bloomed on the home's front steps. An outpouring of love for the family that had just moved here 3 months prior.
There's just something special about Plainville. The people actually care and have their heart invested in things. It's not just, we showed up, we did our bit, and we're done. No, this is their home, and they live it.
Father M. David Dawson with Our Lady of Mercy Catholic Church in Plainville says now is a time to look to our neighbors for comfort as the wait for answers grows with each day.
It should hopefully, the love of God and our neighbors, we should be there for each other, get you to at least that next step, whatever it is.
Police are still investigating the motive behind this incident, and we will bring you more as we learn more information. In Plainville, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
Thank you, Victoria. The Hartford Police Union president says it plans to file multiple grievances against the city for firing Officer Joseph Magnano. James Rakowski confirmed the details with us this afternoon. Mayor Arunan Arampalam fired the officer last week. Police say Magnano shot Stephen Jones 9 times last month, and Jones died a few days later. The union president says there were several violations in how the city fired Magnano. He says they are currently going through paperwork to figure out how to properly file these grievances, and once they do, Rakowski says he will get back in touch with us.
Well, new here at 6. 1 person's hospitalized, 5 other are without a home tonight after an East Hartford home caught fire this morning. Fire was on Tollin Street around 10. They say the first floor was on fire in the back of the home, and that's where first responders found the person who needed help. Everyone else got out safely. Took firefighters about 10 minutes to knock it out. The cause is still unknown.
And firefighters in the town of Columbia helped 2 people escape a fire early this morning. It happened just before 3:30 on Lake Road. And officials say they got a call about a house and a shed on fire. First responders said 2 people were inside when they got there. Both of them got out safely. However, as of right now, their home is too damaged to go back into. The town's fire marshal is looking into how the fire started.
A section of Main Street's back open in Branford tonight. A water main break shut it down for a couple of hours today. Police say this happened just before 11 near the Shoreline Cafe and Catering. Officials didn't say if the water main break impacted the business or nearby homes.
All right, this morning was one of those mornings when it looked like it was going to be cold outside, but you opened the door and found out it wasn't cold. It was a little bit wet, although there was some sunshine too later on. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank with the forecast. Rach?
Yeah, damp start to the day, but just a little bit of sunshine goes a long way in an air mass like this. We ended up getting close to 80 degrees for Danbury, for the Hartford area. I'm sure some of your at-home thermometers read 80 degrees. So this is one of the warmest days that we have seen so far this year, about tied for the warmest. It is cooler at the shoreline with 50s for Groton, upper 50s right now for the New Haven area, but it is warm across the state, well above average. We are watching the potential for a shower or or isolated thunderstorm tonight. Most of the activity that you're seeing up through New York State will end up missing us, though, and you'll see that here in our future guidance. Showers and storms get awfully close to us, but most of them stay just over the border. Still, it could be a bit of a damp start to the day tomorrow, kind of like today was. But overall, we're not looking at widespread rain until later tomorrow night. And we've got one more warm day before the temperatures start to tumble. We'll take a closer look. Your full forecast is coming up.
Rachel, a growing budget deficit in New Haven's public schools is raising concerns for both district leaders and parents who worry about the potential impact on classrooms. The deficit is up to nearly $19 million for the next fiscal year.
And now the district is proposing a nearly $252 million budget to cover it. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in New Haven with more on what it means for the district and the students and the parents.
The district's chief financial officer says some of the biggest contributing factors to that deficit is rising staff and transportation costs. A parent I spoke with says the district facing such a large deficit is worrying.
Very bad, very, very bad.
Gia Manso has 2 children in the district. She fears what could happen if the district has to make cuts to account for the deficit.
We don't want the children to be more in this situation with less teachers.
Amilcar Hernandez, the chief financial officer for New Haven Public Schools, says $6 to $7 million of the deficit accounts for rising transportation costs, and $7 to $8 million of the deficit accounts for rising staff costs.
I think the rest are some other costs that go up. Fixed costs that go up that we have no control over.
Another major expense for the district is special education tuition.
Oftentimes, that cost could go anywhere between $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 to $250,000 per student.
Hernandez says the differing and rising special education costs make it increasingly difficult for the school to properly budget for those costs.
One of the things that we're proposing, and it's actually part of one of the proposals from the House, is the special education rate setting.
He adds no matter the financial challenges the district faces, they remain dedicated to serving the students and families in the district.
Regardless of which way this budget deficit goes, we are going to do our due diligence to make sure that our children receive the service that they deserve.
New Haven Mayor Justin Elicker has proposed a $5 million increase to the education budget. However, the remainder of the deficit would need to be covered by the state. Hernandez hopes the district will receive more money from the state during the next legislative session. In New Haven, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Alicia, thank you. A new audit of the Connecticut DMV found a laundry list of problems and says many of them are not new. Auditors say they found sloppy handling of cash, weak oversight, and millions of dollars at risk. The report shows some suspended users kept their access to the system for more than a year and found there's still no fully tested disaster recovery plan. Auditors say they found missing performance reviews, payroll mistakes, and instances where employees were kept on paid leave longer than allowed. The DMV is currently struggling to collect millions in overdue emissions fees. Again, auditors say these issues aren't new and that the fixes are long overdue.
Major school bus strike has been called off. First student drivers were on the brink of a nationwide walkout. Yesterday, almost all the workers voted, though, to authorize a strike. Now, a last-minute tentative deal keeps buses rolling in districts like New Haven, Bristol, and New London. The union says this new agreement includes stronger retirement benefits, improved access to health care benefits, and robust contractual protections. Service will stay as normal while union members review the contract. On a day when average gas prices topped the $4 a gallon mark, Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth told reporters the coming days will decide the war in Iran's outcome.
Yeah, for now, Iran is keeping up the pressure, blocking many oil shipments and showing no signs of backing down. Caroline Shively has more from Washington.
The war in Iran may be 6,000 miles away, but the effects are being felt at gas pumps across the U.S., with the price jumping by about $1 a gallon from a month ago.
You got to fill up now because, tomorrow is going to be more expensive.
The national average for a gallon of gas is now above $4, and in states like California and Washington state, well over $5. Some local areas are paying even more.
I just paid $6.19 per gallon today. Recently, gas prices were $4 something. So that's a massive increase for us. Everybody's feeling it.
The price for diesel is $5.43 a gallon, a record-breaking 45% increase over last month.
It's going to mean more expensive bills for truckers, tractors, and trains that move the U.S. economy with diesel fuel. It's going to mean consumers are likely greeted by rising grocery prices.
So far, the U.S. military has avoided hitting Iran's oil infrastructure, but President Trump is threatening to go after Karg Island, Iran's main export terminal.
President Trump will make a deal he is willing, and the terms of the deal are known to them. If Iran is not willing, then the United States War Department will continue with even more intensity.
The last time gas was this expensive was in 2022, months after the Russian invasion of Ukraine, when prices topped $5 a gallon. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox 61.
All right, let's talk about something fun. While the UConn men are staying focused on Illinois in Saturday's national semifinal, one of the team's assistant coaches is looking further into the future, all the way to next season. Luke Murray has been introduced as Boston College's next head coach, and while Murray will remain with the Huskies through the Final Four, junior Jaden Ross says Murray has more than earned his chance to move on.
I know earlier this week the news broke that Coach Murray was going to be going to Boston College. Just kind of talk to me about his impact on this team and how well deserved that opportunity is for him.
Yeah, I mean, it was never like a heartbreak for us. Obviously, we're gonna miss him, but this is past due for him. You know, he's an amazing coach. He recruited a lot of the guys here. Has a very close personal relationship with everybody, and you know, it was only a matter of time until he was offered the job that you know was going to take him from our program, and we're all just so happy for him. And obviously, that's part of our motivation to continue to play to keep him here as long as he can. So yeah, hopefully we'll keep it going.
And something special is coming to the shops at Evergreen Walk, and UConn fans are going to love this. It's called Collect UConn, a new collaboration featuring the Gamble Collection, a one-of-a-kind retail experience built from real materials from Gamble Pavilion. We're talking game-used pieces, limited edition collectibles, and a rare chance to own a true piece of UConn history. Like rings made from locks and tote bags created from championship banners. The shop is set to open sometime in April.